champion of cosplay. From each state, we'll be selecting a winner who will represent their state in the national final at OZCC Sydney in October. The Australian champion will then fly to C2E2 in Chicago in 2018 and battle it out for the title of Global Champion of Cosplay against 6 other countries. The current global champion and first ever winner of the title is our own Australia's Major Sam Cosplay. And at the end of April, Hench Wench from Sydney will be flying out to defend that title. You think she can do it? I don't think she heard you in Sydney. Can she do it? Yes. And today we have the reveal of the trophy that the Australian champion will take home with them. This beautiful piece has been handcrafted by Sunday Cosplay, so let's give him a round of applause for his hard work too. So, who will be representing Perth and maybe even Australia? Our contestants are waiting backstage to show you why they think they're ready for the job. So I bet they're a bit nervous, so let's give them a cheer so they can hear how excited you are for them. Isn't easy, and we've had to bring in some judges that really know their stuff. We have Will Huntley with us. Stand up, Will, and give us a wave. Will is an award-winning artist and sculptor from LA, where he's sculpted, molded, and created costumes, movie monsters, and props for the film industry. He's worked in many prominent studios over the years, like Stan Winston's, Disney Studios, Universal, Studio ADI, Chiodo Brothers, and more. During his time in Hollywood, he worked on movies such as Alien 4 Resurrection, Austin Powers 2, The Edge, Jingle All the Way, Wild Wild West, and Starship Troopers. We also have with us Floor Kingsland, who's not with us unfortunately, but is amazing. She coordinates the WAPA costume department, where she teaches costume construction, tailoring, corseting, and millinery, to name a few. We've been lucky enough to have her as a judge for the championships for the last 3 years, and she's an invaluable font of knowledge. She also says that if cosplay had been around in her youth, she would have been a key participant. So thank you, Fleur, for your effort with us. And finally, we have Ivy Doomkitty. Stand up, Ivy. Ivy is an internationally recognized cosplayer, artist, gamer, and published model based in Los Angeles. She's been an avid fan of comics and gaming since childhood, and has been attending conventions for over 11 years. In the last 4 years, she delved into the world of cosplay, fascinated with its creativity, and as well as being able to show off her love of her favorite characters through this medium. Ivy was also featured as a guest judge in several episodes of the sci-fi series Heroes of Cosplay, and was the cover model for Cosplay Culture magazine. She's an advocate in the cosplay world for body acceptance and cause positivity, and she uses this passion to create her own costumes, create a positive impact in the community, and is actively supporting various charity organizations such as Kit Crusaders. Thank you so much for joining us and for lending our expertise. Now this year, the championships and Cosplay Central are presented by Spotlight and Brother. They believe in the power of imagination and transforming everyday heroes into supercharged stars. With Spotlight and Brother, your ultimate creation is here. Now, will a Perth cosplayer be our national representative this year? We've gathered 5 of Perth's best cosplayers, so let's find out. You guys ready? First up, we have Tyrannus Cosplay as an adventurer in Nordic carved armor from Skyrim. Herself as well as his granddaughter. The armor is all made from EVA foam floor mats, and the rest is faux fur, suede, and self-made quilting. He started this build in July of last year because he wanted to test himself more than any of his previous costumes had, and decided to make his character from Skyrim, you know, for a little challenge. He streamed this build live on Twitch and said that it amounted to more than 140 hours of work. Now, there are no patterns for the under armor of a long-dead character from a beautiful digital world ravaged by dragons that you could find. So Tyrannus made his own. He said that the armor wasn't that hard, really, and describes using foam with Pepperpura patterns designed for paper, like making a 3D jigsaw whilst riding a unicycle on the deck of a ship in stormy seas, backwards and blindfolded. So, you know, easy. Taryn has hand-quilted all the fabric for the sleeves and the pants, which he patterned on pants he already owned, and the sleeves are attached to a heavy drill undershirt to help support the weight of the fabric and armor. There's a custom-made cooling vest underneath to offset all the heat from wearing it. The sword and axe are made from PVC tubing, and the sword and shield hook onto the horns on the back. The boots are patterned off his favorite pair of Uggs and use the sole of a pair of thongs as the base. It's very Australian. Now, he had never intentionally damaged the costume before and was very reluctant to add all the battle damage and weathering. But isn't it fantastic that he did, because this looks spectacular. Favorite element is the weathering and aging, because it brought the character to life in a way that none of his previous cosplays had. Thank you, and let's hear it for Taranis. Now up next we have Kiralee Cosplay as the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. Kiralee has been cosplaying for 3 years, and in that time she has represented WA in the Madman National Cosplay Championships twice, and won the overall Madman title of National Champion in 2015. Is this her year for OzComic-Con? Now this costume took her 150 hours to complete. Inspired by the Mad Hatter's eclectic character, she calls this a scrap epic, meaning that she used only fabric she had in her stash. This is why we never throw anything out, because you can end up with enough fabric to make something like this. The fabrics used in this include silk chuponi, then silk, 2 types of curtain fabric, 2 types of satin, lycra, organza, tulle, taffeta, buckram, and interfacing. In the petticoat alone, there are 142 meters worth of strips of organza and tulle, which is almost the length of an AFL field. Techniques used to construct all the pieces include satin stitch applique, ribbon embroidery, dyeing, and staining. Kiralee also learned millinery, or hat making, for this costume, which fortunately has not sent her mad, as far as we can tell. The jacket was dyed to achieve the color she wanted, and the skirt was tea-dyed to add depth of color. The vest is made out of squares of fabric cut out and satin stitched together to actually create the fabric of the vest. The blouse underneath was handmade, and the lace is hand-sewn to the collar and the cuffs. Her teacups are actual teacups that she bought and stuck together, and I'm going to tell you a secret, but they have a hand strap on the bottom to keep them from taking a tumble as she frolics about. Her favorite parts of the costume are the skirt, because it's so goofy, and it makes her want to spin and dance around, and the hat, because there was something a little bit magical about creating a hat for a Mad Hatter. Can we please have a round of applause for Kiralee Cosplay? Next up is Bonnie B Cosplay as She-Ra from She-Ra, Princess of Power. Now, Bonnie B has only been cosplaying for 2 years, and this is her first time entering a cosplay competition. She is aiming high and competing for the crown. Every time she starts a new costume, Bonnie tries to use new mediums and materials to build her skills up. This was not only her first time making a sword, but also her first time using Warbler, which makes up the cuffs, the chest piece, and parts of the headpiece. She says that working with Warbler was much different to anything she'd done before with foam, and it was quite a learning curve. She used puff paint to add the raised details on the armor before painting and adding the gems. This costume took her 3 months to make, and she patterned everything herself, as well as molding the armor to her own body, which with Warbler can get a little hot sometimes. She used lycra, metallic foil, and velvet, as well as 2 types of trimmings that she hand-sewed onto the hem of the dress. The boot covers were carefully pinned over her shoes and sewn before being glued down to the base shoe. There was actually no attachment for the cape on the art that she designed this off of, so she had to get really creative and make her own out of wire. But her favorite part is the sword, which she left for last because she was worried about the difficulty, but it has turned out absolutely beautifully. It's made out of 2 PVC pipes, Dremel foam, and Warbler's deco art, and then it was painted with 2 different types of paint to achieve the depth she wanted. Her favorite part about cosplay is the ability to admire something, design it, and then create something breathtaking out of nothing, and of course, all the things you learn while doing it. Let's hear it for Bonnie B Cosplay. next, we have Mezzamine Cosplay as Elemental Lux Dark from League of Legends. Mezzamine is competing in the championships for the first time and has only been cosplaying for a year. I wish I had her confidence. This cosplay took Mezzamine a month and a half to make, and while it was her first time using Warblood, she's very happy with how it turned out. She started with the staff, which she patterned out on cardboard, and when she was finally satisfied, she made it out of expanding foam and filler. And then acrylic was cut and attached to the foam at the top for the levitation effect, with the Warblood pieces on the end. The breastplate, belt, and headpiece are all made out of Warblood, and Mezzamine says that it took her around 20 templates until she was finally happy with the breastplate. Then it was primed with wood glue. She carved each one of those lines in, and then painted and shaded to achieve the depth and effect. She styled the wig herself, which she said was difficult and used a lot of hairspray. She also patterned and made the skirt, which was her first time attempting a circle skirt. Her favorite part is the staff, and she loves the elemental illusion that it brings. It really does look like it's floating. She's done an amazing job with that. Mezzamine's favorite part of cosplay is how she feels when she's being the character and the confidence that cosplay brings. Put it together, you guys, for Mezzamine Cosplay. And our final entrant is History as Thumbelina from the design by Hannah Alexander. History has been cosplaying for 7 years. She studied costuming at the Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts and has worked with costume crews in theatres across Australia, so she knows costumes. This cosplay took about a month to make, and to be thrifty, she used scrap fabric from past cosplays to create this one. Again, save your fabric. You'll be able to make miracles. The corset is made from Duchess satin and is fully boned, hand embroidered, and beaded. The wings on the sides are created from 3 different layers: Duchess satin, organza, and spandex. And were all hand painted to achieve the gradient look, and then hand beaded to match the sparkle in the original artwork. She says that the wings were the most difficult element to make because she basically had to create the technique that she used herself. The flowers for the crown and bodice were made from Warblood because she didn't really feel that fabric flowers could achieve the look in the art. And around the flowers is all hand beaded with pearls and white and gold beads. The top was one of the hardest things for her to make, and it involved a lot of trial and error. She ended up actually making it twice until she was happy. Then more hand beading on the sleeves and across the neckline. I'm surprised she's not blind from all that sparkle. The leg vines were made from wire, wrapped with binding, and white embroidery flowers with more gold beads. More beads, all beads. For the hair, she actually used 2 wigs, one of which she cut out and inserted to the other to get length and a gradient effect. I'm terrified to trim a wig, and she did this. History's favorite part of the costume is the corset with the hand embroidery because it turned out exactly as she wanted, and it looks absolutely stunning. Accuracy to the original design was the most important part of this for her, and I bet the original artist will be extremely impressed with how this turned out. Let's have a round of applause for History. I would like to invite our judges up on stage with us to present some awards. And I would also like to invite our contestants back on stage. And I would love for you guys to give them a big round of applause and give them some appreciation for the incredible work that they've shown us today. We have some category awards, and then we'll present our overall winner. So let's start with armor. And the winner of the armor category is Tyrannus Cosplay. Now would you guys give us a little bit of something why this won the armor category?
everything was well executed, down from every detail that he had on the costume. The armor was very clean. He even added a lot of battle damage, blood.
It's the battle damage, I think, that took it over the line. And everything inside and out is spot on. He's lined the helmet with fur. Every curve, every cut, everything on there is finished to the nth degree. Turn around for us. Even the way the sword sits on there, the horns, and the way that the shield fits with the whole thing, everything fits together. Fits together really well done. Great job, Mike. Great job.
Let's have a round of applause for China's Cosplay. And now the award for needlework goes to History.
What we loved about your costume was the embroidery work that you put on the corset, down to the technique that you used for the butterflies on the side, something that we hadn't seen. So the way that you layered everything really stood out to us, down to the detailing from the bottom all the way up. It was just very intricate, and we absolutely loved it.
The attention to detail was amazing because a lot of you guys didn't see it, but the character she was emulating is what she's done is exactly the same. Every single detail, right down to the most smallest little bit of embroidery, the little bit of beading, the flowers, the coloring, everything is perfect, very spot on. Well done, great job.
All right, this is the moment. I'm gonna get a drum roll from you guys. Now, we'll have our two medal winners step forward. There you go. Yeah, there you go. It's a helmet. He can't hear me.
Drum roll, please.
Keep that drum roll going, you guys. Perth, are you ready to find out who your winner is? The 2017 Australian Championships of Cosplay Perth winner is Cosplay.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Now, the reason why we selected you is because you showed an overall mastery of not just an overall mastery of armor, but also fabric components. So you did everything, down to the quilting of your entire undersuit.
That everything, like we said, everything for this competition is all about not only the finishing, but the fit, the way you can move in it, the coloring, the attention to detail where it comes to period and things like that. And everything about this is comfortable. I mean, all day long, even though he was a bit warm, he got himself some cool vest material inside as well. So everything about it is comfortable. And when you're doing cosplay, as you guys know, if you can make it comfortable and still make it look good, that's the best part, if you can do that. But so close. We went back and forth so much.
It was insanely difficult for us.
Oh, so close. We didn't kill each other. We made it through it. But you guys should all be applauded. Guys, give these wonderful people a
You guys are all amazing.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you to our cosplayers for getting up on stage and showing us and showing all of Australia what you guys can do. You're all legendary. Thank you.